It was his front yard, his property, his driveway. And yet, he ended up face down on the ground. Inside the courtroom of David Fleischer, the question wasn't just what happened. It was whether it should have happened at all. The prosecutor explained that officers responded to a noise complaint in a residential neighborhood late at night. When they arrived, they saw a man standing outside his home. Words were exchanged. According to police, the interaction became non-compliant. Moments later, he was tackled, charged with resisting an officer without violence. Defense counsel immediately challenged the legality of the encounter. Your Honor, this began on private property. No warrant, no emergency, no crime in progress. Bodycam footage was played in court. The video showed the man asking repeatedly, "Am I being detained?" Officers instructed him to provide identification. Defense argued there was no lawful basis for detention. A noise complaint had already been resolved. No ongoing disturbance was visible. The man was standing calmly on his own property. Judge Fleischer paused the footage. Was there a reasonable suspicion of a crime at the moment force was used? He asked. The officer testified that the man's refusal to provide identification escalated the situation. But the judge pushed further. In this state, does a person standing on their own property have an obligation to identify themselves absent lawful detention? The courtroom went silent. The prosecution attempted to argue officer safety and obstruction. But the timeline mattered. The video showed no aggressive movement, no threats, just questions. Defense filed a motion to dismiss, arguing unlawful detention and lack of probable cause. Judge Fleischer reviewed the footage again, slowly. Then he delivered his ruling. For a resisting charge to stand, the underlying detention must be lawful. Based on the record before this court, that threshold has not been met. The motion to dismiss was granted. The case was tossed. Before striking the gavel, Judge Fleischer added, "Private property does not suspend constitutional protections. Courts exist to ensure that authority stays within legal limits." The gavel hit, and the message echoed beyond that courtroom. Authority must always answer to the law.